And let me reiterate to all the people who are showing up. I don't blame anything that went wrong on this show on the wrestlers. The reason why this pay-per-view will forever be seen as a terrible show, an abomination, is because of WWE's booking. And we'll get to all of that right now. First off, Newark, New Jersey, you are an excellent crowd. I love the crowd here. And it's not a shock that the fans in New Jersey, New York, around that area were into the show. They usually are great fans. They're usually great people. Like, when you have an event up there, they're usually crazy. They usually love it. These are one of the best crowds in wrestling, period. So, of course, they were a great audience. And I'm happy you brought the energy. I'm actually kind of sad you didn't get a good show, though. I wish you got a better show, and I wish this show was so much better than what it was. But you guys brought the energy early on. And at the very least, you got to see one of the best openers for any WWE pay-per-view in a long time. So at least you got that. But thank you to all the fans who were there. If you're joining me live, by the way, let me know. But to all the fans there, you helped make this show a lot better than it had every right to be. Imagine this show having a bad crowd. Like, for real. Imagine this show with an average to okay crowd with a decent to good opener. Oh my goodness. This show would be a lot worse than the way it was. I'm just saying. Let's get into it. We had Bayley versus Ruby Riott on the pre-show. Bayley and Sasha had an argument backstage. Bayley tried to extend an olive branch to Sasha and asked her to be in her corner when she fought Ruby Riott, and Sasha was angry about her not being in her corner on Raw. They end up fighting. They still have this love-hate relationship, this broken friendship angle. I don't know where it's going. I'm getting kind of tired of it. I wish one of them would just turn heel already, but whatever. What gives? They're at each other's throats. Bayley goes out there and loses to Ruby Riott because of the numbers game. Wherever it leads, just lead to one of them turning heel, please. That's all I'm going to say about it. It was in the pre-show. I'm not going to give it too much of my time. But still, do something with Sasha and Bayley, please. Alright, let's talk positive. Let's talk some positivity on this show. The best part of Backlash 2018, absolutely, undisputedly, was the opener. WWE Intercontinental Championship match. Seth Rollins versus The Miz. Super chat from Mr. Hunter Cole, baby. Joe should have won, no doubt. BS, he didn't. We'll talk about that in just a second, man. I got a lot to say about Joe and Roman. Oh, we got a lot to talk about. But let's go step by step. The best part of this show was the opener. I remember back in 2007, probably 2008, where people were saying Miz was one of the worst wrestlers they've ever seen. And maybe back then they had some legs to stand on. But it's funny to me, looking back over 10 years ago, on how people viewed The Miz, to seeing where he is in 2018, being one of the best performers in the company, maybe in wrestling, period. Miz, to me, has shown us, has put to bed this idea that if you weren't born in the business, you don't have a right to get over. You don't have a right to make it. No, Miz put in the work. Miz worked his ass off to get where he is today, and it has showed. This man can say in 2018 he is one of the best performers alongside Seth freaking Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins, to me, as of today, might just be the best performer in WWE, right next to AJ Styles. And of course Daniel Bryan, but I might even say he's better than, it's looking like it at this point, he might be better than both of them. Rollins has been killing it. He has been lighting the world on fire with his matches, man. I don't remember a single bad, less than good match he's had. And this match, another check on his resume. Amazing. Fantastic. One of the best openers for any WWE pay-per-view I have seen in a long time. The two near falls from Miz's Skull Crusher finale got me. Especially that second one. I thought Miz was going to win that championship, but both of those near falls were done so freaking well. A fan like me that has been watching for a long time, almost 20 years now. Actually, no, it is 20 years. Because I watched, let me see, WrestleMania 14 was 1998. WrestleMania 14 was in March. Yep, 20 years. 20 years. I've been watching for 20 years now. So it's very hard to get someone like me to go, okay, I didn't see that coming. They got me. They got me. They let you know that when wrestling is done right, with the right stories, with characters that you're invested in, again, Rollins to me is in the best shape of his life, and I always talk about Rollins back in 2016 coming back as a heel being a mistake. I still feel like that was a mistake because he came back with so much momentum, and then you killed it by keeping him a heel. And then you had to wait until literally 2018, at least around Chamber, when he had that awesome gauntlet match performance to get all that back. But now he's one of the hottest acts in wrestling, and he's going up against one of the best heels in the business. You got two legit performers who the fans are invested in. They were hanging on every single move, every single spot, had you on the edge of your seat. And these two went in there and tore it up. And I cannot say any more about how awesome this match is. I'll just be repeating myself. I loved it. I thought the match was definitely one of the best openers for WWE in a long time. It might go down as one of the best matches for WWE in 2018 if the rest of the year is anywhere close to what we got for the rest of the show. It was that bad. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rollins and Miz, for giving us an amazing match. Rollins retains. I am excited. I am excited for what Seth Rollins has in store for him going for the rest of 2018. If he keeps this up, at this rate, we might just have to shoot him straight to the main event scene because Roman Reigns wishes he can get the reaction Seth Rollins got. Seth Rollins' reaction was so strong. By the way, I see the super chat. I see it. I'll get to it in just a second. But his reaction was so strong this past Monday, he couldn't talk for 5 minutes. The crowd was so hyped for Seth Rollins, he had to stand there and wait for them to calm down for 5 minutes before he talked. Roman Reigns can't even talk without them booing him. It's that bad. Super chat from Mr. BW Rosa. I have a feeling that we will get Roman versus Lesnar 4 at Money in the Bank, with Roman winning and then Joe cashing in on Reigns after he's won the Money in the Bank. Makes sense to me. Maybe. I don't know if that's going to be the case since Samoa Joe is going to be on SmackDown. But we got a lot to say. We got a lot to say about Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. We'll get to that in just a second. I promise you. Just be patient with me. Let me get the positivity out. Alright, before I tear this show apart, let me talk about the stuff I liked. The opener was one of them. I thought that was an amazing match. Another thing that I liked, because a lot of people didn't like this, but I liked, it was I don't know what you call this, but it was kind of like a mashup of Elias, the New Day, Rusev Day, Fashion Police, No Way Jose, and Bobby Roode. It was a crazy fiesta concert mashup segment. It was wacky, and you can even say it went off the rails. But when I think about the Attitude Era, and I think about how fun it was, and how, yeah, it might have been off the rails, but it was still exciting. It was still fun to watch. I think about segments like this. You had Elias go out there, get an amazing reaction. Elias is struggling so hard to get boos. It's hilarious seeing him trying to get the crowd to boo him. Even when he's being a douchebag, they refuse to boo him. They will not boo Elias. And I know that must frustrate the hell out of him because he's like, God damn it, let me do my job. Hate me. Even him saying, hold your applause, and them saying, shut your mouths, and him saying, if you don't shut up, I'm going to leave. They'll still cheer him. They do not want to boo Elias. I can see how that frustrates a heel who actually wants to be booed, but maybe it's time we turn him babyface. Because if it's becoming difficult to get fans to boo him, why fight it? Rusev Day. Out comes the New Day with marching band equipment, crash cymbals with Kofi Kingston, a bass drum for Big E, and then a trombone for Xavier Woods. And they do their own thing. They do their shtick. And then Elias is like, okay, no more interruptions. JoJo, do the announcement. Lights go out. Ladies and gentlemen, Elias. Out comes Rusev Day. I popped. I loved it. I thought it was great. And then he does it again. Okay, no more interruptions. JoJo, lights off. Ladies and gentlemen, Elias. No Way Jose comes out with the Fashion Police. And Titus O'Neil. And I'm thinking, oh Lord, here comes Titus O'Neil. He's going to hurt himself. He didn't, but I would have laughed if he did. I thought it was great. Okay, they're out there doing the conga dance. He's like, okay, for real, no more interruptions. JoJo, lights go off. Ladies and gentlemen, Elias, glorious! Bobby Roode comes out, gives him a DDT, and then they all just start dancing. Listen, I get it. It was a cluster. I understand that fans didn't like maybe how it was a little much, it was a little long. It might have been the reason why the show went over the time limit. It really did. But I still liked it. I thought the segment was fun. I enjoyed it. Maybe that's just me. Maybe because I grew up in that era where segments like this were a normal thing. They were a normal thing. And I enjoyed it. So, I loved it. I loved it. Super chat from Mr. Green. Big E was super oiled up tonight. Yeah, he had that oil over his body. He was swimming in oil. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed that segment. I think that's it. No. I completely forgot about this. The other thing that I liked was Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Let me just stop for a second before I gush over Daniel Bryan. I want to actually take this time to talk about Big Cass. I appreciate Big Cass for being a pure heel. He is a big man that is looking to make the crowd hate him so he can put over the baby faces, and he's doing an excellent job at it. It's rare that we get someone like Big Cass, well, nowadays at least, that has removed every ounce of likability to his character. He doesn't want the fans to like anything about him. And he's doing that on purpose to help get the person he's working with over. And I think that's something to respect. And he's doing an excellent job with it. The last big guy to do this, and I'll be real with you, I don't think I've ever really hated the Big Show. Kane is up there. There was a point in time where I was like, oh my God, Kane, you're a bastard. But the guy that I'm thinking about, believe it or not, is Tess. Big Cass reminds me of Tess, which is a compliment. Big compliment, by the way. I thought Tess was awesome, especially as a heel. No one talks about Tess back in the day. Check him out. If you have no idea who Tess is, please check him out. At least check him out from 2002 to about 2003. That was the best run for Tess. But yeah, Tess was awesome. He reminds me of an old school Tess. The match was good. It was short, and it was short on purpose to hide Big Cass's in-ring ability, which makes sense. I guess that's why they kept it as short as they did. Bryan wins by making him tap out. And, of course, Big Cass attacks him afterwards to keep his heat. Super chat from Mr. Fred Bradley. $5, thank you. Been watching you for years. Just wanted to contribute. Oh, man, thank you. Stay up. Thank you, sir. Oh, another one? Okay, let me go back and catch this. Let's see here. BW Rosa. Is Vince or Kevin Dunn trying to make Elias a comedy act? I would assume that would be Vince. I don't know if Kevin really cares all that much about him being a comedy act. I think Vince just sees him as a comedy act more than anything else. But yeah. Yeah, Bryan and Cass were good. They did exactly what they needed to do. I thought Cass attacking him was a great way to maintain his heat, get back the heat he had. And now, when we go into Bryan versus Miz, you can use Big Cass as that heater to make fans hate Miz. Because right now, Miz is very hard to hate. I'm going to just say that. Miz is not someone I can look at and go, I hate you. Because of how hard he's worked. because of how hard he has sacrificed his body, how much time he's put into his craft to get to where he is today. It's really hard to hate Miz right now. So you need someone, a pure heel like Big Cass, to get fans to hate Miz, to get him some heat. And I think if we do this feud, when we do this feud between Bryan and Miz, and you have Big Cass in the corner of Miz, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be one of those feuds you look at and go, this is why I love 2018, if 2018 ends up being good. Okay, so that is all the positive stuff I have to say about this show. That is it. The rest from here on out is going to be a slippery slope to the bottom of the barrel. That is Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get to it. Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. In my opinion, again, my opinion, I thought Nia Jax sold a little too much for Alexa. I get it that we want Alexa Bliss to look strong. It's just, to me, if you're trying to tell the story of this mean girl, well, mean girls, but yeah, this mean girl of Alexa Bliss who, you know, manipulated, abused, bullied this big Goliath named Nia Jax, which again has been very inconsistent, and you want fans to get behind Nia. The one thing you don't want to do is build too much sympathy for Nia. Now, I get you want to build some. You want to build some sympathy for her. But if it gets to the point where Nia is getting dominated by Alexa Bliss a majority of the matches, it's kind of one of those things where you go, that's not realistic. Like, for real. You look at Nia Jax and you look at Alexa Bliss. Like, on paper, you look at them, their sizes, and you should think to yourself, first off, Nia should be kicking this girl's ass. It shouldn't even be a match. Super chat from Mr. David Zakaria. Thank you. $5. I appreciate you. But you look at this on paper and you go, this shouldn't even be a match. She should squash the hell out of Alexa. Right? But that's not what happens. So we got that issue. But then we have this other issue that we need to address real quickly. So the match happens and Alexa Bliss loses. And she loses to a Samoa drop, which was awesome because she did like a twisted bliss off the top rope, and then Nia catches her and then falls into the Samoa drop. It was good. I like that. That was pretty cool. After the match, Nia Jax starts cutting a promo talking about be a star, be yourself, don't let anybody push you over. You are you. You are the best version of yourself. You got to never give up on yourself. Blah, 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 blah. It was very John Cena-esque without the charisma of John Cena and the delivery of John Cena. This was very cringeworthy. This was bad. It was so bad that the crowd booed they booed Nia. They booed Nia. I mean, that's how you know that you're not really getting over as much as you think you should. When after the match, who again, Alexa Bliss is a well-worked heel. Yeah, she knows how to do her job well. It's just, again, not even blaming Nia for this, because I'm pretty sure she did not at all come up with this by herself. This was straight from WWE's writing team. But you have Nia Jax go out there and she's cutting this promo that's not Nia. And I'm just like, this doesn't even feel like Nia Jax. This feels like what everything else feels like when it comes to WWE. Manufactured. This feels fake. This feels like she's playing a role and not being herself. They want Nia to represent all the girls and boys who've been bullied in their lives and stuff like that. And I don't think this is the right word for her. This is not the right role for Nia. And I was scared they were going to do this with her. And I told myself that at the very least, give WWE a chance to see if they can make this work with Nia. And all they had to do was just have her squash Alexa Bliss. Now, at WrestleMania, they didn't do it, fine. okay, we can do it here at Backlash. They still didn't do it. And if you weren't going to do it, give the belt back to Alexa, because at least Alexa Bliss has charisma to make you care about the championship. Nia has nothing. Is that her fault? Maybe. Maybe she just doesn't have the charisma or the ability to make people care. But I can't blame it too much on her, because the material she's been given is awful. Nia Jax should not be going out there cutting these promos. She shouldn't. A big woman like that should be wrestling men and beating men inside the ring. I should be scared of Nia Jax. I shouldn't be trying to relate to her. Like, I don't want to relate to this woman. I want to see her tear people up. Yeah, I was not a fan of how they booked Nia Jax at all. I wasn't a fan of that. Then we go on to Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. In 2008, these two had an awesome match at Royal Rumble. 10 years later, here at Backlash, Randy Orton, when he wants to try, when he's on, can have one of the best matches out of anybody. But when Randy Orton is going through the motions, he sucks. Randy Orton went through the motions in this match. Now, there were 2 points in the match where he did an awesome drop kick. But other than that, that was it. This was the very definition of an average match. Very definition of that. And what kind of upsets me here is Jeff Hardy just beats Randy Orton and we get nothing out of it. Not even a heel turn. Which I think would have been the right way to go. Imagine, you take this very same match. And Randy Orton loses. You do all the things you did. And right afterwards, Randy Orton goes to shake Jeff Hardy's hand. And he RKO's him. Oh my God, I gotta tune into SmackDown. Like, just... So what? We might do that on SmackDown. I get that. But you gotta hook fans, man. When you don't give fans a reason to tune in to certain things, first off, it doesn't make this show memorable at all. It makes this show skippable, but you don't give them a reason to want to see anything else about SmackDown. I literally had nothing else to care for about SmackDown than Bryan and Miz. And then, of course, we'll get to AJ Styles and Nakamura in just a second. Trust me, I got a lot to say about that. But, man, you could have really sold us. Really sold us with a Randy Orton heel turn here. This was the time to do it. Super chat from Mr. BW Rosa. Sounds like Stephanie wrote the promo for Nia. That wouldn't surprise me if Stephanie was the one behind Nia's promo. She should not be cutting those promos, though. And another one from Mr. BW Rosa. They're setting up for Nia versus Ronda at SummerSlam. With the way things are, I don't know if I'm gonna like that match. That match might actually suck. Okay. What's next? I already talked about Big Cass and Bryan. Is this when we get Carmella and Charlotte? Yep. Okay, Carmella versus Charlotte Flair for the Women's Championship. I think it's safe to say that we should not be expecting any 5-star matches from Carmella. She's not that kind of a champion, which is okay. I don't think she was meant to be that kind of a champion. And if going forward, she's going to be this whiny, obnoxious, sneaky, cheap, typical chicken shit heel champion, I'm cool with it as long... I need to say this. We have to be careful with Carmella that she doesn't get too overboard with it. Like, I can see Carmella getting so obnoxious to the point where even I will be like, yeah, I'm not going to watch the rest of this. Now, I do think she does her job well. Again, it's not her. I think in terms of the performer, I think she's good for her. I think she does her job excellently. I'm just scared knowing WWE will overdo it. Will will put her in front of the microphone a little too much, to where it stops being, okay, I want to see you get beat, to, okay, I'm going to change the channel. You know, we got to be careful with that. Like, ease up on how much you give us Carmella. Because there's Vicky Guerrero. You know, I'm just saying. There's Stephanie McMahon, who is, I want to see you get beat up heat. Then there's Vicky Guerrero heat, which was, oh my God, shut up. You know, I don't want to even watch SmackDown anymore because of you. We gotta be careful which line we tread with Carmella. I want her to be the Stephanie McMahon kind of heel, where she's like, I'm gonna be obnoxious and be that kind of a bratty champion that just skirts by in my championship matches, although I shouldn't be champion. But yeah, that's not something I'm bothered by. I just kind of feel like in terms of this match, it wasn't even all that special. It was okay. It wasn't a match. It was basically Carmella screeching and shrieking and avoiding Charlotte and then getting a pinfall on her. Even for like if this was a SmackDown match, would this even be a good SmackDown match? No, it's not even a good SmackDown match. This was just whatever. So, I'm trying to think. I got nothing else to say about this. I don't think Carmella should hold that belt for long. Like, to me, if I had it my way, she would drop it to maybe a Becky Lynch, and then Becky can feud over that championship with Asuka. That's what I would do. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Like, it's not really something I would go back and watch twice. And then we get to the WWE Championship match. No DQ. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I told myself in my preview I was not going to get excited for this match. I was not going to go out of my way to tell you this was going to be the classic. However, because of how awesome Shinsuke Nakamura has been as a heel, I couldn't help myself but get excited for this. I told myself this was going to be the classic we should have gotten at WrestleMania. And for the most part, it was shaping up to be that. It honestly was getting there. It was. Nakamura, ever since he turned heel, feels a lot more motivated. He wrestles like the New Japan Pro Wrestling Nakamura. There were spots in this match where AJ would hit Nakamura and he would no-sell it. Straight up strong style. It was amazing. I loved it. There were parts in this match that made me go, okay, when WWE lets them, these two could have a classic. We know that. And I still believe that. Listen to me. Despite the ending, I still believe Nakamura and AJ could have a WWE classic. And I'm still, dear God, I'm still waiting for it. And then there was a spot in the match where Shinsuke Nakamura was going to go for a Kinshasa. Excuse me. Why do I keep saying Kinshasa? Kinshasa. I can speak English. Kinshasa. There we go. And then AJ had a chair in his hand. Nakamura's running. He throws the chair at Nakamura's leg. Nakamura accidentally kicks the chair, ricochets it back into AJ's face. It clocks AJ in the face, and then you just see blood gushing down his face. It looked nasty. It looked horrifically brutal. And I just feel like, man, I tell you what. Because of the blood, by the way, I just want to say this too. The blood added a lot to the match. But man, if that chair would have, I don't know, maybe caught him in the eye, caught him in the nose, or caught him in a certain spot in his face beside his cheek, he could have been, that could have ended so much more worse than how it ended. It caught him here in the cheek and he just bled. So he's alright. He didn't break anything or suffer any kind of injury. He's cool. But man, if that would have caught him like the eye socket or anything, bro, that looked dangerous. He got the worst of that. Okay, you know what? I've been stalling on this too long. Let's just talk about this ending. Let's talk about the way the match ended. So, as you know, it's no DQ. So we all expected Nakamura to hit him in the balls, to do a low blow. And he did. Nakamura low blows him, and then in a nice turn, AJ low blows him back, and they both fall down. And we're thinking, that's good. That's awesome. He got his comeuppance. And the match continues. They're going back and forth. They're brawling. It's a fight. It's getting exciting. I'm like, yeah, here we go. Here we go. We're getting into it now. Now it's a fight. This is what I've been waiting for. They're fighting. They're brawling. And the next thing you know, they low blow each other again. And I laugh. I'm like, yeah, okay. Now we're getting somewhere with this. I like it. I was laughing my butt off at these double low blows. Then I stopped laughing when the referee started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, someone get up. 6. Oh my God, someone get up. 7. Oh, please don't tell me the match is ending like this. 8. Don't you dare end the match like this. 9. I swear to God, if you end the match, 10. No contest. No contest. AJ Styles and Nakamura go to a no contest. And look, let me just say this. I get it. I get the plan is to extend this feud to maybe SummerSlam, maybe Money in the Bank, do one more match between the two. I get that. I understand it. I understand the business aspect of it. But what the hell were you thinking? Ending what I thought could have been an excellent match that way. Like, when it happened, you should have just saw you should have been in the room with me when it happened. I literally just went, seriously, that was me. Just, because I'm sitting here going, why would you do that? Now, I didn't even mention this. I was upset that this match didn't go on last. When it first appeared, when it first came on, I'm like, why isn't this the main event? Then the ending happened and I went, oh, that's why. But then you gotta understand something. You have to understand why this upsets me. If there was ever the perfect time to put the belt on Nakamura, this was it. Like, for me, you look at the rest of the show. You look at what they booked. You look at how the rest of the show was going. You had to give them something to go home with. There had to have been something about this show to make the crowd go, okay, I will remember this show for this. You had Rollins have an excellent match with The Miz, retain his belt. Nia Jax retained. Carmella retained. Alright, I guess that means Nakamura's winning the belt, right? Nope. 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 Nothing. I don't get what the mentality of WWE. I don't get what the whole point of this was. I don't get it. Like, okay, the point was to extend it, but I guess what I'm really trying to say is, couldn't we have done something better? Like, it was such a downer for me. It was so disappointing to see them end the match that way. It was, and to me, it killed the crowd. It killed the crowd. Breaking news, apparently. Alexa Bliss suffered a Alexa Bliss suffered a shoulder injury in her match against Nia Jax. Oh no. That sucks. How bad is it? How bad is the injury? Did they say yet? I didn't even know Alexa hurt herself. Yikes. Well, yeah, that sucks. Let's get back to this. Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Personally, I don't think I'm going to go back and look at this match as really a match. I didn't even give it a grade. I gave it a dud. It's a dud. I couldn't give this a grade. What grade do I give this? Was it even a match? It felt like one big gigantic segment to hype up the real match coming up. And they were having such a great match too. And that ending just killed it. Just straight up killed it. I don't know what else to say. Look, all I want is my classic. I just want my AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura classic. That's all I want, WWE. I just want my classic. Whatever you gotta do to get me there, just get me there. I didn't get it at WrestleMania. I didn't get it at the Greatest Royal Rumble. I didn't get it at Backlash. Can I please get it at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam? Can I please get my AJ Styles versus Nakamura classic? Please. I know these two can do it. I saw it at New Japan Pro Wrestling. I want to see them have the classic I know they can have. But yeah, this killed the crowd. This destroyed the crowd. The crowd, again, awesome crowd, by the way. This happened and they just gave up. They just died. And the next match suffered. We had Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. What the hell happened here? What was this? Those of you who didn't see the match, about 10 minutes in, what felt like 10 minutes, probably was like 5 minutes or 7, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens implode. You see Sami Zayn trying to run away. Kevin Owens stops him. Where you going? And then Sami Zayn tosses Kevin Owens inside the ring. And Kevin Owens gets his butt kicked. And then Kevin Owens tosses Sami Zayn inside the ring. Sami slaps Kevin. Sami tries to run away. I don't remember what else happened. I think Bobby Lashley pinned Kevin Owens. And then Strowman and Lashley proceed to beat up Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It was weird. It was one of those things where, for me, they did something that had no merit to it. And I'm telling you right now, tomorrow, they're going to be friends again. They're just going to come out and act like nothing happened. Like, we keep going down this route with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They fight, they break up, they fight, they break up, they fight, they break up, they fight, they break up. When they really do break up, it's not going to feel special. You know what I'm saying? Like, you keep doing this stuff with them where it's like, okay, you have them fight, you have them break up. Like, at some point, it's not going to be effective. And now I feel like it's not effective anymore. But yeah, they cost each other the match, and I was just like, why? What the hell? Yeah, so that match happened. Don't even know how else to describe that match. Oh boy. Is this it? Yep. Here we go. Here we go. What you've all been waiting for. What you all want when you talk about. What you all want to hear me rant on. The main event of the evening. Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns. Now let me just set this up by saying this. WWE, you could have easily closed the show with Nakamura winning the championship. Easily. You could have had this match go on third. You could have had Samoa Joe beat Roman Reigns. And then imagine the excitement that you would have had for your upcoming shows. Imagine that. Imagine WWE doing those two things alone. You flip the spots of these matches. You have Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns go third to last. You have Reigns lose to Samoa Joe, giving him that momentum because he'll be going for the WWE Championship soon. I don't know when, but soon. And then you have Nakamura win that championship, and therefore you still continue the feud between AJ Styles and Nakamura, but you make this show more memorable in the process and still give them a great match to let fans know, hey, guess what? These two can have an awesome match. You want to see this again, right? But no, we don't do that. We end Nakamura and AJ Styles in a way that doesn't really give any fans the confidence that these two can have a great match. I still have the confidence because I saw it. But remember, not everybody has seen AJ versus Nakamura from New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 10. They haven't seen that. Not everybody has seen that match. I have, so I have faith. But the fans watching me, not everybody has seen that. But then on top of that, we get this abysmal of a match. Roman Reigns goes out there, and like always, Reigns gets booed. He is at the point now where I said this in my last broadcast, I think it was my preview, where just liking Roman Reigns will get you heat. Supporting Roman Reigns will get you heat. Super chat from NHP 2012. Did you see the crowd leave when Roman won? I saw the crowd leave during the match. I saw the crowd leave during the match. These two start wrestling. So first off, the pre-match beatdown by Samoa Joe was awesome. And quite frankly, if I had it my way, Samoa Joe would have beat down Roman Reigns and straight up squashed him. And then he could have contributed that to, alright, the reason why Samoa Joe got one over Roman is because he beat him down. Roman's protected, you're still good. Right? That would have been fine. But no. Samoa Joe beats down Roman Reigns before the match. They have this unnecessary long match. It's like 15, 20 minutes. It's long. Where it's nothing but Roman Reigns and rest holds. And rest holds. And rest holds. And rest holds. And it's so boring. And it's so bad. It's so slow. The crowd is chanting CM Punk. They're chanting beat the traffic. It got bad. It got so bad that the crowd started leaving. There are pictures on Twitter of the audience getting up during a Roman Reigns match and leaving. WWE, this is all you need to see. You got people who stay and boo John Cena. Okay, they boo John Cena, but they stayed. Let me just say this again. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am one of the people that didn't like John Cena during his 10-year run on top. I'll admit that. I appreciate him now because he's not being shoved down my throat. But I didn't like him. But you know what? I never got the urge to turn off my TV or leave during a John Cena match. Okay? I've always said this too. I respect Cena. I like Cena. I admire what he does in terms of Make-A-Wish and the work ethic that he brings to the table. All that. But the way he was being pushed and the way he was being presented just made it really hard for me to get behind him. But I never got to the point with John Cena where I said, nope, I am not going to watch the rest of this. I'm done. It never got that bad. With Roman Reigns, he is so damaged at this point that I don't know. It might be the point of no return for him. Super chat. Mr. Green, somehow they're going to blame Samoa Joe for this. They better not. They better not. Okay? What killed this was the placement, was the time it got, and was the booking. This match shouldn't have been 20 minutes. This should have been a 5-minute match where Samoa Joe won. And you could have protected Roman Reigns, like I said before. Samoa Joe attacks him before the match and beats him. But now, look at what you've done. You had these two go 20 minutes when the crowd was ready to go home. They completely crapped on it, beat the traffic, CM Punk chants, this is boring chants. And then you have Samoa Joe lose clean to Roman Reigns after he got a pre-match attack on him. You killed Samoa Joe's momentum when he just got back from injury. He just got back. He needed this victory. You idiots. You idiots. Samoa Joe needed this. Roman Reigns didn't. If anything else, Roman needed to lose this. You pushed him too hard to the point that he's damaged. Nobody gives a damn about Roman Reigns. Because of you, WWE, you killed Roman Reigns. You destroyed what could have been a legit main event player for you. It's not to the point of Roman Reigns where if you don't turn him heel and you keep going down the path that he's going right now, he's going to get so damaged that even if you do turn him heel, nobody's going to care. You are there with Roman Reigns right now. But okay, you already killed Roman Reigns. Let's kill Samoa Joe too. Let's make it harder for fans to get behind Samoa Joe by having him talk up this big game about how he's going to beat Roman Reigns, and then he loses after he attacked him before the match. Good job. Good job, you idiots. You morons. This was horrible. This was terrible. Everyone involved in this match should be ashamed of themselves. Super chat from Mr. Aaron Sherwood. No wonder Roman isn't over. It's crap like this. High five. High five. Thank you. I cannot believe, even after the reaction he got in Saudi Arabia at WrestleMania in Canada tonight, WWE is stubbornly trying to push Roman Reigns as the guy when everyone and their mamas is telling you it's not working. Do something different. Roman needs to be backed off badly. WWE, you are killing Roman Reigns. You don't know this, but you are. You are killing his potential to be a legit player, and it's getting to the point now where you're hurting the rest of your roster. And that's what's pissing me off, because Samoa Joe is supposed to be going for the WWE Championship now. I can't even take him seriously as a WWE Champion if he can't beat Roman Reigns. That's not how it works. So if he does win the championship, he looks weaker as a champion because he couldn't beat Roman Reigns when he attacked him before the match. Do we not understand how important it is to book your shows properly? I like this comment by Random Black Gamer. They should have made Roman just get knocked out to the Coquina Clutch. There was a spot in the match where Roman Reigns was passing out to the Coquina Clutch. And he would have passed out to that, it would have been okay. You still protect him. You still could have protected Roman Reigns. You know, he got attacked before the match. I gotta keep saying this. He was protected before the match, so if he would have lost, he was protected anyways. You had everything set up for Roman Reigns to lose, and it would have been okay. But you couldn't go through with it. You couldn't go through with it, and now you just killed Samoa Joe's momentum. Congratulations. Congratulations. I feel like this is 2016 where we killed Seth Rollins' momentum when we didn't turn him babyface when we had the opportunity. So what? What are you going to do now? You're going to have Samoa Joe go on SmackDown and kill the entire roster? So he can look strong when you could just have him beat Roman Reigns here and then carry that to SmackDown? That makes no damn sense to me. Shame on you. This pissed me off so badly. And as a result, Backlash 2018 can kiss my ass. It wasn't all bad. Seth Rollins and Miz, excellent match. Bryan and Cass, good work. Good stuff from Big Cass. Good work with Daniel Bryan. Love that wacky, crazy Elias, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, New Day, Rusev Day segment. I thought that was nice. I thought it was fun. Everything else, the Nia Jax promo, yuck. Randy Orton not trying, yuck. That finish to AJ Styles and Nakamura, yuck. Strowman, Lashley, Owens, and Zayn, yuck. And then this match. Are you kidding me? If anything else, WWE, you should have your opinions. Say what you want about fans like me being hard on the show. You should look at your audience. Your audience was leaving during this match. They got up out of their seats during a Roman Reigns match and walked out. Did they do that to Hulk Hogan? No. Did they do that to Shawn Michaels? Absolutely not. Did they do that to John Cena? No. Did they do that to Stone Cold Steve Austin? No. Did they do that to Bret Hart? No. Did they do that to The Rock? No. Did they do that to Triple H? No. Did they do that to Randy Orton? No. Any top guy, insert here. What top guy do you know that you put into that spot did the fans get up out of their seats during the match of and walk out on? Besides Roman Reigns. And again, defending Roman Reigns, I don't think it's his fault. Because it's not Roman Reigns' fault. It's the booking of Roman Reigns that I'm sick of. Super chat from Mr. NHP 2012. Is it me or does it sound like Cole has an orgasm when saying Roman's name? Luger is better. Ooh. Luger is better. Luger is better. Oh my goodness. It's bad. It's bad, man. This has me worried. If WWE was to have done this show justice, if they were to have booked this the right way, in my opinion, if they would have had Nakamura and AJ go on last, Nakamura win the championship, clean finish, Joe beat Reigns, pre-match assault, and you would have protected Reigns. Maybe change up a couple of things. Not do that Nia Jax promo, cut that out. You could have easily cut that out because this show went way too long anyways. Do something else than what you did with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Lashley, and Braun Strowman. If you were gonna do that match, I don't even know why Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens didn't win. You could have had them pin Bobby Lashley, but if you wanted to have them lose, just have them lose clean. That would have worked too. There were so many other things we could have done to make the show better, but WWE decided to book things how WWE books things, and now the show is one of the worst shows I've seen in a while. It's bad. This is not a show that I suggest that you guys watch at all. If you have to watch any match, watch that opening match. But without that opening match, this would easily be one of the worst shows that WWE's ever produced. Super chat from Mr. BW Rosa. WWE ain't going to have a guy from TNA go over their guy. And WWE ain't going to have a match that's similar to their match in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Booking change. Whatever, man. Ridiculous. Alright, so that's my thoughts on Backlash. It was not a good show. It's not a good show. Great opener. Fantastic opener. Terrible main event. Very questionable decisions throughout. Yeah. We just witnessed our battleground for 2018. Congratulations. Let me read this live chat. What you guys got to say? What do you guys have to say about this? Give me your thoughts down below in the comments and the live chat. I'm going to spend a couple minutes reading some comments and then I'm going to get out of here. What you guys got to say about this? Talk to me. Let's see. Random Black Gamer. They could at least repackage Reigns with new gear or new theme song. His look and theme alone attract heat. Yep, his look and theme alone attract heat. Because he's not developing as a character. He's not going nowhere. It's literally the same guy since 2014. He's literally the same guy 4 years ago. Nothing's changed. Nothing. He's literally the same guy since the Shield came in. Nothing has changed about Roman Reigns at all. Nothing. Lord. Elias says he's pissed because he got his concert interrupted. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I'd be pissed too, man. Eric Gonzalez, super chat. The time I just spent now making cookies was better than the Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe match. This was so bad. Go away, whoever wrote this match. Yeah, I agree. Aaron Thomas says, worst pay-per-view of 2018 so far. Oh, absolutely. This is definitely the worst one. This was bad. Horrible. Oh, yeah, Mr. Krabs says, watching paint dry is better than this pay-per-view. Yeah, it was bad. Jordan Lee, simple. This pay-per-view sucked. I agree. It was bad. It was bad. Patrick Mason. I give it a D. Yeah. It deserves a D. AJ